Welcome to the news bulletin with me, Chancellor Zabanda. Top stories this hour. Former Nigerian President Obasanjo challenges African leaders to embrace strong leadership and commitment in serving people. Malawi Electoral Commission to announce March 30 by-election results on Thursday. Central Region Water Board employees resume protests over board's decision to reinstate 2 senior officers. And body of Israel Bushiri arrives home through Kamuzu International Airport. Now the news in detail. Former President of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, has called on African countries, Malawi inclusive, to embrace visionary leaders who have the commitment to serve people for real transformation of the continent. Obasanjo said this on Wednesday in Lilongwe at the launch of a book he co-authored with 3 other writers titled Asian Aspiration: Why and How Africa Should Emulate Asia. Meanwhile, President Lazarus Chakwera says the book will be his resource tool for his vision to develop this country. Andrew Viano has filed this report.
The former Nigerian president, Olusegun Obasanjo, who is also the author of some 2 literary works, was in the country today for the launch of the Asian Aspiration, a book which he has co-authored with 3 other writers. Obasanjo called on African leaders to emulate what Asians have achieved, citing that a century ago, their leaders came to Africa to learn how some African countries made economic strides back then. The former Nigerian leader said the key to achieving development is the need for countries like Malawi to have strong leadership and institutions. On his part, President Lazarus Chakwera said the book will be his resource tool on his drive to transform the country. Chakwera says moving forward, the country aims at establishing global partners that will have mutual benefits for the country and not exploitative. Meanwhile, National Planning Commission Executive Director Dr. Thomas Montali says the book will also be a guiding tool to attainment of Malawi's long plan, Malawi 2063.
We've just launched our own vision, and you learned from Haile Mariam, the former Prime Minister, saying, I think it's important that you do have a common vision as a country, which every political party that comes should be talking to that. In the first place, we are on the right track. You held the former President Obasanjo saying you need to get to do things right, and when you're doing those right things, keep on doing them. So one of the things that we've done right now is to have a common vision that we've launched together, and the next step really is for us to begin to look at what lessons, like the institutions that we need to put in place, the right policies that need to be in place, and all the experimentation around what needs to be done right.
The 330-page book details some lessons that African countries can learn from success of Asia and has been authored by Greg Mills, Olusegun Obasanjo, Hel Mariam Daselen and Emily van der Meer. The launch was witnessed by, among other dignitaries, Vice President Saulos Chilima, former President Dr. Joyce Banda, and other key government officials.
The Malawi Electoral Commission MEC says the March 30th by-election results will be announced on Thursday. MEC spokesperson Sangwani Mafrira says despite delays due to transport in some areas like Nsanja and impassable roads in Nchisi, for example, the expectation is that announcement will go as planned. We have a report filed by Western Guta.
As Malawians wait for results of the June 30 by-elections, only 2 constituencies now remain to submit them. As of now, Chikwawa East and Nsanja Central constituencies are yet to send the results. Karonga Northwest was the latest to bring the results around 4 p.m. MEC spokesperson Sangwani Mwafurira has told us that there are travel challenges, citing incidences in Nsanje where crossing Shire River was impossible following heavy rains and impassable roads in Nchisi, for example. Mwafurira has added that counting may seem to delay because vote counting is manually done as opposed to during the 2019 tripartite elections where it was done electronically.
The Commission has to go through the results that have been brought here and determine who is the winner. We are very optimistic at the pace which the Commission is working, so dedicated that anytime before noon, the Commission will be announcing the final results of the winners of the elections which we had on Tuesday.
Nchisi North, Lilongwe Nsinja South, Zomba, Changalume and Mulanje North have sent their results to the National Tally Center in Lilongwe. For Zodiak, this is Western Guta reporting.
The Department of Forestry says the 60 million trees target that the country projected to plant in the tree planting season ending this April will not be achieved due to COVID-19 pandemic and low levels of investment in afforestation initiatives. Director in the department, Saulos Chilima, says indications are that only half of the target will be achieved. This is the second year running the country failing to achieve the target in the tree planting season due to COVID-19 amid reports of serious environmental degradation which impact on climate. Nkhani filed this report.
Director in the Department of Forestry, Saulos Chilima, says low investment, charcoal burning and bushfires are some of the challenges affecting afforestation initiatives. He says bushfires continue to pose serious challenges in the exercise. For instance, saying Vipia plantation is losing over 1,000 hectares of trees each year. Dr. Chilima indicated that this year they planned to plant 60 million trees, but said will only manage half of the projected number by the end of the tree planting season in April. However, European Union Head of Cooperation, Ivo Hofkins, has expressed satisfaction with the survival rate of trees planted under their funded project in Data District. Hofkins said they are engaging government and other stakeholders on the need to improve investment towards the initiative to help mitigating the effects of climate change. Data Acting District Commissioner, Mr. George Ngayai, says they are working with communities to plant more trees and protect the forest reserves.
Central Region Water Board employees have resumed protests over their board's decision to reinstate 2 senior officers. The workers want the Director of Finance and Administration and Director of Technical Services fired for alleged incompetence. The board does not agree with that. In Nchinji, the strike has already affected operations for citizens and public institutions. A group of people stormed the water board offices on Wednesday, where they were demanding access to water. Wilson Henry gives us the details.
Some concerned citizens in Nchinji this morning have just petitioned the Council Secretariat in the district demanding water supply from the Central Region Water Board. They say the strike by the employees at the board does not concern clients because it is not to do with the failure to pay bills. So what these residents have done is that they have given the board 2 hours to resupply water, failing which they say they will take unspecified action. They continue to say that they have been affected by the strike since yesterday morning. So briefly, that's what has happened in Nchinji. But just maybe a reminder that staging a sit-in demanding the removal of some bosses at the board. They are accusing them of being incompetent. So this is the main reason why these employees are staging a sit-in there.
The Anglican Bishop for the Upper Shiri Diocese, Brighton Malasa, has warned people against demonizing the COVID-19 vaccine, saying this will affect efforts in combating the deadly virus. The bishop said this Wednesday during a mass celebration as part of the Holy Week proceedings at St. Paul and Peter Cathedral in Mangochi.
All spheres, in all spectrum of life. For example, telling the people about the public health, telling the people about the well-being of humanity, telling people about food security, telling people, reading the people in all spheres, in other words. Currently we have the issue of COVID-19. The leaders, the clergy must demonstrate that they are leaders where hope is lost, bringing hope to those who are suffering, people who have lost their beloved ones, people who are in a way lost the breadwinners. What sort of a good message are we going to say? We have also told them that you go and tell the people to go for vaccination. We should count ourselves blessed. We have a vaccination that will help us curb the issue of COVID-19, to fight it further so that we can counter-attack it, so that our people may live. We don't want people to die as they are dying because of COVID-19. We want people to live. As what Jesus Christ once said, that I have come that they may have life and have that life in abundance.
You're watching the news here on Zodiak. We'll be back with more after this.
Do your gums hurt?
Yeah.
Does your toothpaste contain sage, eucalyptus, myrrh, chamomile?
All that in one toothpaste?
Yes, try Colgate Herbal. Colgate Herbal contains nature's best herbs and Colgate's fluoride technology to give you strong teeth and healthy gums.
Ah, Colgate Herbal.
Let's go. Colgate Herbal for strong teeth and healthy gums naturally.
Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. Blockbuster Megastore brings you America's finest. Ashley Furniture Home Store, Malawi. Ashley Furniture Home Store is located in Ginnery Corner, opposite Makra House at the new building. Our Ashley Furniture Home Store comes in 5 different styles to suit every personality. Either young or old, we've got you covered. Come and experience our showroom and discover the lifestyle that suits your personality. We have Ashley's signature collections on dining table, sofa sets, and bedroom. Come in store and see it for yourself. Our trading hours are Mondays through Fridays, 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Sundays are closed. Visit our home store today. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home.
Celebrate a low-price family Easter with ShopRite. Get more for your Easter feast with our low prices. Get deals like 2 reefs chocolate bacon chocolate Easter egg marshmallows for just 749.99 tambala, and 130 grams Socado assorted chocolate Easter eggs for only 1,299.99 tambala. There is more low prices for your family this Easter, only at ShopRite. Lower prices you can trust always.
Welcome back to the news. The headlines again. Former Nigerian President Obasanjo challenges African leaders to embrace strong leadership and commitment in serving people. Malawi Electoral Commission to announce March 30th by-election results on Thursday. Central Region Water Board employees resume protests over board's decision to reinstate 2 senior officers. Body of Israel Bushiri arrives home through Kamuzu International Airport. Now moving on with the news, officials say construction of a new border post in the district will cost $9.6 million, equivalent to 7 billion kwacha, with funding from World Bank. The project is expected to complete March 2022. Malawi Revenue Authority MRA Head of Corporate Affairs, Stephen Kapoloma, hopes the new border post will, among others, help to improve tax collection.
MRA spokesperson Steve Kapoloma has told Zodiak that currently they are unable to provide improved and speedy services to its customers because of lack of space and modern equipment. He believes construction of one border post in this district will improve service delivery as customers are no longer spending days before they are cleared at the border. He added that once completed, the border post will improve tax collection.
We are so much excited with this project because not only will it enable us to collect more revenue, but it will provide us with an opportunity to save our customers in a much faster way than we have done before.
Director of Major Projects at Roads Authority, Engineer Sam Kadangwe, says the project will cost $9.6 million and will be completed by March next year. Trade and Industry Minister Sosten Gwengwe is optimistic that the new border post will improve economic status of the country.
It's all about improving the efficiencies, the time they spend on the borders, so that crossing borders should be seamless. People should not stop twice on the same border. They should only be stopping once, and once they clear on one side, they should be good to go in the other country.
Meanwhile, Chairperson for Parliamentary Committee on Industry, Trade and Tourism, Simplex Chulabanda, says parliamentarians will support bills that will help in facilitating trade in the country.
Health authorities in Chiradzulu say lack of a high dependency unit at the district hospital is partly to blame for increased maternal deaths in the district. The hospital's senior medical officer, Dr. Madalitso Kalima, says they have recorded 13 cases of maternal deaths from July last year to date. He said this when National Bank Capital Markets handed over an air conditioner for the only operating theatre at the facility. Meanwhile, health authorities in Mzimba South say over 20 women have died during labor in the district since July last year, and that out of every 1,000 live births, Mzimba is losing 13 babies due to shortage of vital equipment in the reproductive health department.
According to District Nursing and Midwifery Officer at Kwagwanji, the support from KFW of German through the Ministry of Health has come at the right time when the hospital is struggling in the reproductive health department owing to shortage of vital equipment. Mwase said Mzimba South has lost 21 women during childbirth from July last year, and that 13 out of 1,000 newborn babies die in the district.
Currently, on neonatal death, Mzimba South district is at 13 per 1,000 live birth. And in terms of maternal death, I should say from July to date, we have had 21 maternal deaths. So these equipment, they will also really assist to help reduce maternal death.
Health and Technical Services Officer Clifford Deza said the ministry is supplying the items which have been made available by KFW of German to support ailing health systems in the country, especially in the maternity section of hospitals. Deza said the support, which includes some oxygen concentrators, beds, and baby warmers, among others, will also be distributed to all districts in the northern region.
We've done this because we know after making our assessment from the district, we found out that most of the districts do lack some of these products, these equipment. So when we asked our donors, we thought it wise that we should deliver them to them so that they can be using them.
The support rendered to Mzimba Hospital is worth over 50 million kwacha in assorted equipment in the reproductive health department. For Zodiak, I am Vanan Nyirenda.
The Ministry of Agriculture says the country needs to do more to ensure that women contribute to the country's economic growth by empowering them through different interventions in the agriculture sector. Principal Secretary in the Ministry, Erika Maganga, says 70% of the country's agricultural production is done by women, meaning they greatly contribute to the development of the country.
Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Erika Maganga, says there is need to deliberately put measures that will empower women to ably contribute to the country's economy, which is agro-based. She was speaking on Tuesday in Lilongwe during a breakfast meeting organized by Agra Malawi to continue commemoration of the International Women's Day, which is lobbying for women to be valued, especially in the agricultural sector.
They have play in the agriculture sector, which is indeed key for us because most of the food crops is done by women. This initiative is also in line with our national agriculture policy.
Speaking at the same event, Executive Director of NASFAM, Betty Nyamunyamu, lamented that women are forced to participate in small agribusiness enterprises that do not bring enough resources due to unfavorable conditions, hence the need to introduce initiatives that will help them grow in agribusiness.
For interventions that we're doing to help them benefit. If anything, they make enough food, enough to support their entire livelihood. So we have a very vibrant gender program where we are helping so that they can also participate in our program.
Agra Malawi Country Manager Sophie Jitedze says women have more responsibilities in their families and localities that call for their ability to manage them financially, hence the need to be economically empowered.
The value for her initiative has come on board to make sure that at least women are supported to benefit from their investments in agriculture. And that means access to market inputs, access to services, even farm mechanization.
Agra Malawi is implementing a value for her program which aims at promoting women to be empowered and counted as key players in the sector. The event attracted women in high positions in the agribusiness. Reporting for Zodiac, I am Weston Guta.
The remains of Israel's daughter to Prophet Shepherd Bushiri has arrived on Wednesday, days after she died in Kenya. Serapi Konje, a close relation to the Bushiris, described the death of Israel as a big loss to the family. Israel will be laid to rest on Thursday in Incheo district. Chimwe Badato was at Kamuzu International Airport and filed this report.
Israela's death comes 3 weeks after she was flown to Kenya for medical attention. In a special televised address, Prophet Bushiri described the death of his daughter Israela as a big loss to both his family and his ministry. But he says he will not falter in faith.
We as a church, as well as parents, did our part. We prayed, we fasted, we declared, and sought God to saving her life. But we believe that God's will is sovereign, and we bow to his purpose and to his will. And we believe that the devil has no power over God's children. And we believe that this could not be the will of the devil, but it is the will of God.
Lawyer for the Bushiris, Waponakita, told Zodiak his clients missed court appearance this afternoon to allow the couple mourn the death of their daughter. For Zodiak, this is Chimwemwe Badata.
Well, that's it for now. Before we go, let's take another look at the headlines. Former Nigerian President Obasanjo challenges African leaders to embrace strong leadership and commitment in serving people. Malawi Electoral Commission to announce March 30th by-elections results on Thursday. Central Region Water Board employees resume protest over board's decision to reinstate 2 senior officers. And body of Israel Bushiri arrives home through Kamuzu International Airport. Visit our website zodiacmalawi.com for more news. My name is Chansemo Zabanda. Thanks for watching.